Day 63 of reading through the Scriptures, starting in Exodus chapter 13. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Set apart to me all the firstborn, the one opening the womb, among the children of Israel, among man and among beast. It is mine. And Moshe said to the people, Remember this day in which you went out of Mitzrayim, out of the house of slavery, for by strength of hand Yahweh brought you out of this place, and whatever is leavened shall not be eaten. Today you are going out in the new moon Abib. And it shall be, when Yahweh brings you into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he swore to your fathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that you shall keep this service in this new moon. 7 days you eat unleavened bread, and on the seventh day is a festival to Yahweh. Unleavened bread is to be eaten the 7 days, and whatever is leavened is not to be seen with you, and leaven is not to be seen with you within all your border. And you shall inform your son in that day, saying, It is because of what Yahweh did for me when I came up from Mitzrayim. And it shall be as a sign to you on your hand, and as a reminder between your eyes, that the Torah of Yahweh is to be in your mouth, for with a strong hand Yahweh has brought you out of Mitzrayim. And you shall guard this law as at its appointed time from year to year. And it shall be, when Yahweh brings you into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore to you and your fathers, and gives it to you, that you shall give over to Yahweh every one opening the womb, every firstborn that comes from your livestock, the males belong to Yahweh. But every firstborn of a donkey you are to ransom with a lamb, and if you do not ransom it, then you shall break its neck. And every firstborn of man among your sons you are to ransom. And it shall be, when your son asks you in time to come, saying, What is this? Then you shall say to him, By strength of hand Yahweh brought us out of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. And it came to be, when Pharaoh was too hardened to let us go, that Yahweh killed every firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I am slaughtering to Yahweh every male that opens the womb, but every firstborn of my sons I ransom. And it shall be as a sign on your hand and as frontlets between your eyes, for by strength of hand Yahweh brought us out of Mitzrayim. And it came to be, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that Elohim did not lead them by way of the land of the Philistines, that was nearer, for Elohim said, Lest the people regret when they see fighting and return to Mitzrayim. So Elohim led the people around by way of the wilderness of the Sea of Reeds, and the children of Israel went up in fives from the land of Mitzrayim. I think that means marching formation. And Moshe took the bones of Yosef with him, for he certainly made the children of Israel swear, saying, Elohim shall certainly visit you, and you shall bring my bones from here with you. And they departed from Succoth and camped in Etham at the edge of the wilderness. And Yahweh went before them by day in a column of cloud to lead the way, and by night in a column of fire to give them light, so as to go by day and night. And the column of cloud did not cease by day, nor the column of fire by night before the people. Isaiah 63. Who is this coming from Edom with garments of glowing colors from Bozrah, who is robed in splendor, striding forward in the greatness of his strength? It is I who speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Why is there red on your raiment, and your garment like one who treads out the winepress? I have trodden the winepress alone, and from the peoples no one was with me. I trod them down in my displeasure, and I trampled them in my wrath. Their blood is sprinkled upon my garments, and I have defiled all my raiment. For a day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed has come. And I looked, but there was none helping, and I was astonished that there was none upholding. So my own arm saved for me, and my wrath upheld me. And I trod down peoples in my displeasure, and made them drunk in my wrath, and brought down their strength to earth. Let me recount the loving commitments of Yahweh and the praises of Yahweh, according to all that Yahweh has done for us, and the great goodness toward the house of Israel, which he has done for them, according to his compassion, and according to his many loving commitments. And he said, These are my people, children who do not act falsely. And he became their Savior. In all their distress he was distressed, and the messenger of his presence saved them. In his love and in his compassion he redeemed them, and he lifted them up and carried them from all the days of old. But they rebelled and grieved his set-apart spirit. So he turned against them as an enemy, and he fought against them. Then he remembered the days of old, Moshe, his people. Where is he who brought them up out of the sea with the shepherd of his flock? Where is he who put his set-apart spirit within him, who led them by the right hand of Moshe, with his comely arm, dividing the water before them to make for himself an everlasting name, who took them through the deep. Like a horse in the wilderness, they did not stumble. As a beast goes down into the valley, and the Spirit of Yahweh causes him to rest, so you led your people to make yourself a comely name. Look down from the heavens and see from your set-apart and comely dwelling. Where are your ardor and your might, the stirring of your inward parts and your compassion toward me? Are they withheld? For you are our Father, though Abraham does not know us, and Israel does not recognize us. You, O Yahweh, are our Father, our Redeemer. Your name is from of old. O Yahweh, why do you make us stray from your ways and harden our heart from your fear? Turn back for the sake of your servants, the tribes of your inheritance. For a little while your set-apart people possessed it. Our adversaries have trodden down your set-apart place. We have become like those over whom you never ruled. Your name is not called on them. Psalm 63. O Elohim, you are my El. I earnestly seek you. My being has thirsted for you. My flesh has longed for you in a dry and thirsty land without water. Therefore I have had a vision of you in the set-apart place to see your power and your esteem. Because your loving commitment is better than life, my lips do praise you. Therefore I bless you while I live. In your name I lift up my hands. My being is satisfied as with marrow and fat, and my mouth praises you with singing lips. When I remember you on my bed, I meditate on you in the night watches. For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I sing. My being has closely followed you. Your right hand did uphold me. But those who seek to destroy my life go into the lower parts of the earth. They are handed over to the power of the sword. They become a portion for jackals. But let the sovereign rejoice in Elohim. Let everyone who swears by him exult. For the mouth of those speaking lies is stopped. Luke chapter 19. And having entered, he was passing through Jericho, and see, a man called Zacchaeus, and he was a chief tax collector, and he was rich. And he was seeking to see who Yeshua was, but was unable because of the crowd, for he was small in stature. And having run ahead, he climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, because he was about to pass by. And as Yeshua came to the place, he looked up and saw him, and said to him, Zacchaeus, that's also Zacchaeus, is what we usually call him, hurry and come down, for I have to stay at your house today. And he hurried and came down, and received him, rejoicing. And seeing it, they all grumbled, saying, He has gone in to stay with a man who is a sinner. But Zacchaeus looked up and said to the master, Look, master, I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have taken whatever from anyone by false accusation, I repay fourfold. And Yeshua said to him, Today deliverance has come on this house, since he also is the son of Abraham. For the son of Adam has come to seek and to save what was lost. And as they were hearing this, he spoke another parable, because he was near Jerusalem, and they thought the reign of Elohim was about to be manifested straightway. He therefore said, A certain nobleman went to a distant country to receive for himself a rain and to return. And calling 10 of his servants, he gave them 10 minas, said to them, Trade until I come. But his subjects were hating him, and sent a delegation after him to say, We do not wish this one to reign over us. And it came to be, when he came back, having received the rain, that he had sent for these servants to whom he had given the silver, in order to know what each had gained by trading. And the first came, saying, Master, your mina has earned 10 minas. And he said to him, Well done, good servant, because you are trustworthy in a small matter, have authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Master, your mina has earned 5 minas. And he said to him also, And you be over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Master, here is your mina, which I kept laid up in a handkerchief, for I was afraid of you, because you are a hard man. You take up what you did not lay down, and reap what you did not sow. And he said to him, Out of your own mouth I shall judge you, you wicked servant. You knew that I was a hard man, taking up what I did not lay down, and reaping what I did not sow. Why did you not put the silver in the bank, that when I come I could have collected it with interest? Then he said to those who stood by, Take the mina from him, and give it to him who possesses 10 minas. But they said to him, Master, he already possesses 10 minas. For I say to you, that to everyone who possesses shall be given, and from him who does not possess, even what he possesses shall be taken away from him. But those enemies of mine who do not wish me to reign over them, bring them here and slay them before me. And having said this, he went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. And it came to be, when he came near to Bethphage and Bethania at the Mount of Olives, that he sent 2 of his taught ones, saying, Go into the village opposite you, in which, as you enter, you shall find a colt tied, on which no one has ever sat. Loosen it and bring it here. And if anyone asks you, Why do you loosen it? Thus you shall say to him, Because the master has need of it. And those who were sent away went away and found it as he had said to them. And as they were loosing the colt, the owners of it said to them, Why do you loosen the colt? And they said, The master needs it. So they brought it to Yeshua, and throwing their garments on the colt, they set Yeshua on it. And as he went, they were spreading their garments on the way. And as he was coming near, already at the descent of the Mount of Olives, the entire crowd of the taught ones began rejoicing to praise Elohim with a loud voice for all the miracles they had seen, saying, Blessed is the sovereign who is coming in the name of Yahweh. Peace in heaven and esteem in the highest. And some of the Pharisees from the crowd said to him, Teacher, rebuke your taught ones. But he answering said to them, I say to you that if these shall be silent, the stones would cry out. And as he came near, he saw the city and wept over it, saying, If you only knew even today the matters for your peace. But now they are hidden from your eyes, because days shall come upon you when your enemies shall build a rampart up around you, and surround you and press you on all sides, and dash you to the ground and your children within you. And they shall not leave in you one stone upon another, because you did not know the time of your visitation. And having entered into the set-apart place, he began to drive out those selling and buying in it, saying to them, It has been written, My house is a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers. And he was teaching daily in the set-apart place, but the chief priests and the scribes and the leaders of the people were seeking to destroy him. But they did not find what they might do, for all the people were hanging upon him, listening.